There is a little bit of Africa in everything Indian and a little bit of India.
India's imprint on Africa is all over the continent. My name is Pei, and I'm from Uganda in the eastern part of Africa, and from Senegal in the west of Kampala, Uganda's capital city, and down to Johannesburg. You see shops selling saris, masalas, menus offering samosas and chapatis, mandazis and the like. Local TV stations lighting up homesteads with Indian dramas and Indian movies. Indian saris being worn.
This is sabuni when I go back home. And in India, it is called sabun. When you go to a shop, in my country it's called duka, and in India, it is dukani.
Indeed, I would agree with the words of Harry G. Broadman, an economic advisor for Africa at the World Bank, when he says that the infiltration into the social and economic fabric that India has with Africa is a deep one.
Over years of traveling, I've realized there's so many things that are similar in India as those back home, and vice versa. I'll give an example of food. For example, banana. Yes, banana is a fruit worldwide and everyone enjoys it as a fruit. But for India and Africa, banana is food, though in different ways. For example, India enjoys it as a vegetable, and in Africa, it is a staple. When you go to the east of Africa, that is in Uganda, for a Ugandan's meal is not complete without matoke. It is the favorite of everyone, the most expensive and the most widely eaten as staple. And when you cross to the west of Africa, that is Ghana and Nigeria, they call it plantain. It is also enjoyed in different ways. It can be eaten as ampesi, where it is just boiled and eaten with any kind of sauce. It can be made as fufu, where it is pounded together with cassava and eaten with again a sauce of your choice. It can also be roasted, that is for both West Africa and East Africa. And you can enjoy it simply with a few grains of groundnut, roasted groundnut. Well, coming back to India, it is typically and basically a vegetable that is cooked to be eaten with food aside. That is kela ke sabji.
History also has it that, just like the Indians, many Africans from the Bantu-speaking people of East Africa, thought to have first arrived in India in the 628 AD in the colonial times, also found home in this desi land, and for generations and generations carrying their culture with them. This has been their home. What this to give us is a culture mix.
And when you talk about a little bit of India and Africa, I'll take you back to East Africa, especially in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, where you got chapati. Yes, East Africa is not a wheat growing area. It was not a wheat growing area, though it will have started since we started eating chapati. But then there comes a difference. In India, chapati is a staple that you eat with any kind of sauce or any kind of choice sauce. And then when you go back to the east of Africa, chapati is a snack that we have with chai, that we eat with tea, but not as a staple.